the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence for our so recently departed and our military personnel working here. Thank you. Roll call, Jim.
Mr. Henderson?
Here.
Mr. Petroselli?
Here.
Mr. Gallarducci?
Here.
Mr. Colosimo?
Here.
Mr. Verducci?
Here.
Mrs. Schneider? Mr. Shashelski?
Here.
Mayor Copeland?
Here.
Solicitor McDermott?
Here.
Engineer Brett?
Here.
I'm Joe Cowler. Chief King? Chief Castaigne? And Chief Miller.
Excuse me, Joe, Mrs. Snyder, she tried to call you, Mr. President. Our flight has been delayed 3 times from Philadelphia, and she's missing very much this meeting, so she cannot talk. It's excellent, very justified, and absolutely.
Thank you.
Sure.
First of all, apologize to y'all out there. We had some business to take care of prior to the meeting. We are going to open up with a public hearing, and it's a petition to rezone and proposed ordinance number 1024, filed by Roberta and Keith Walsh, to rezone parcel 255-E-280 from conservation to residential 1, single family. I would like to turn it over to the solicitor, Tom McDermott.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. This is the time and place for the public hearing on this petition to rezone the Walsh parcel. It has been properly advertised by the manager, I believe, to confirm that. Pursuant to the MPC, and the property has been posted, I understand.
Correct.
Thank you. Just by way of background, this petition arose out of an inquiry from the property owner, and Mrs. Walsh is here this evening, who owned a piece of property it fronts on Calvert Street, just near the intersection at the top of the hill near Chest Street. They've owned the property for some time, and it is a buildable parcel. They discovered when they went to prepare to build that it is actually, as a result of a rezoning that occurred years ago, zoned as a conservation district property. It's right on the cusp of the border where the conservation and the residential split. And for whatever reason, way back when, it was and is designated as a conservation district parcel. As a result of that, the manager and zoning officer and I looked at it and did agree that conceptually it would be appropriate to entertain a petition to rezone that. And the property owner has filed such a petition and is here today to answer any questions you may have. I will quickly state for the record that the Planning Commission has recommended, reviewed and recommended approval of the petition, as well as the ACED planning agency.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom. Do we have any public comments to be made?
Can I do it after the?
This is relative to this particular.
Oh, wasn't that?
Yeah.
Not over.
And do you have anything to add to the application?
No.
No further question? Okay, I'll take a motion to adjourn this hearing. Got a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? This public hearing is adjourned. Can we just roll right into the...
No.
Okay. Thank you. We have anything? Yes. Thank you. Roberta, I'm assuming you were on here for that, right?
That is correct.
Okay. Nothing else to add?
No.
All right. Bob Fryer.
Thank you again. I showed these, excuse me, Bob Fryer. I showed these drawings to some of the guys in the planning commission, but I don't think a lot of you saw it. I just wanted to go through again, and I'll take a minute or two later.
I just think most of us were there. I'm not sure.
This is, I didn't show you this the other night, though. This is the drawing that I gave PennDOT 3 years ago when we found out that they were going to widen the South End Bridge by 6 feet. And if you notice, I emphasized that Bridgeville needed 2 lanes coming from the South End Business District across the new bridge, and 2 lanes coming from the Bridgeville Central Business through to the South End Central Business District. And I also, the reason I added another lane on Chartier Street was I assumed that would be like a lane that could be used for people that wanted to come down here, go around a gradual turn and come into the Bridgeville Central Business District, and also this left turn stacking line. Okay? And I wanted to show you what the plan, as some of you guys know, that plan was sort of endorsed by Dan Cessna, the CEO of PennDOT. But 2 years after that, he left, and there's another CEO there. And the plan that they're going to build now, leading into Bridgeville, is this one. If you notice, there's now only 1 lane coming out of Bridgeville Central Business toward the South End Business District, and there's no left turn stacking lane on Washington Avenue going to Chartier Street, which means, in my opinion, that's going to create a problem for us. And I might mention, when PennDOT told us that they didn't want to put a left turn stacking lane to Chartier Street they gave us a study that indicated that there were only 14 cars turning left at that point between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock on a weekday. And we did, a friend of mine and myself, 2 studies. We found out there were almost 30 to 35 cars turning left there, and every time there were 3 or 4 cars behind it tied up. And then the second study that we did, I wrote the description of all the cars. And in addition to that, there was a lady that was living in that apartment on the corner of James and Washington Avenue. She sent me a letter. When I asked her what she observed, she sent me a letter saying she saw dozens of people that are heading south in Washington Pike to avoid the no left turn thing on the church. They would go through the church parking lot, Bethany Church parking lot, and come out on Church Street to go across. It's a real problem, and I think some of us try to make an effort to get PennDOT to back down, to at least put the darn left turn stacking thing in. And what I'm getting at is related to the toll booths that they're apparently going to try to put up there. As I mentioned at the last meeting, I think one of the, I don't know how successful the lawsuit's going to be that Bridgeville, Collier, South Ave, and Robinson filed against PennDOT about the toll booths, all right? But one of the things that I think would protect Bridgeville in this area is if you guys move ahead, as the Planning Commission is discussing right now, and put all of these fundamental routes through the community, make them part of your comprehensive plan. So if you do have to end up in court, the judge won't say, oh, well, you just did this 3 weeks before trial. I don't want to go into the details on it, but I'd make an extra effort to have a planning commission. You guys make it go on at the time. I think we'll end up with that.
You'll be happy to know we have the comprehensive plan on our
Thank you.
agenda. Thanks.
Sure.
All right, well, guessing on this, let's move into order of business. All right, I need a motion to approve the November 8th, 2021 regular meeting minutes and November 16th, 2021 special meeting minutes.
I shall move.
About a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And motion carries. I need a motion to approve the December 2021 bill list.
I'll move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I need a motion to approve the December 17th, 24th, and 31st, 2021 payrolls.
That's second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I need to consider an action on ordinance number 1024, This is an ordinance of the Borough of Bridgeville amending its official zoning map to rezone parcel 255-E-280 from conservation to residential 1. Any comments from council? Take the motion.
I'll move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Need a motion to adopt resolution number 2021-24, a resolution of the Borough of Bridgeville, Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, setting the tax rates for the year 2022. Note that no change in millage at 6.50 mils on buildings and 10.00 mils on land value.
I'll move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Very nice work, Joe. Appreciate it. I need a motion to adopt resolution number 2021-25, a resolution of the Borough of Bridgeville, Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, approving the budget for the fiscal year 2022 and adopting the same.
I'll move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Need a motion to adopt resolution 2021-26, a resolution of the Borough of Bridgeville pursuant to the Borough Code of Ordinances, Chapter 18, Part 3, 301 through 304, establishing 2022 sanitary sewage rates. Note that the 2022 sanitary sewer rates will be $16.47 per 1,000 gallons and a $6.82 per month service charge. These fees are passed on from Alcosan. The borough portion of the fee remains unchanged. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Need a motion to adopt resolution number 2021-27, a resolution of the Borough of Bridgeville authorizing the submission of a request to PennDOT to provide 75% reimbursement for all costs incurred to adjust sanitary manholes on Bank Street as part of their upcoming paving project.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Joe, what are we at on that your list? Is it in spring? Great. Need a motion to adopt resolution number 2021-28, a resolution of the Borough of Bridgeville creating a handicap parking space with appropriate signage and providing penalties for thereof. This is located at 317 Newport Street.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Need a motion to adopt resolution number 2021-29, a resolution of the Borough of Bridgeville creating a handicap parking space with appropriate signage and providing penalties for thereof. This is at 664 Dewey Avenue. So moved. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Need a motion to approve change order number 1, final of the Chartiers Park Stream Restoration Project to adjust the contract amount to include costs associated with the additional stone backfill required and adjust the quantities based on the field measurements of final in-place quantities, an increase of $40,837.40.
I'll move.
Second.
Comment, Joe, is that, how did they miss it, man? It was damage more than what we had anticipated?
Yeah, but I think you can chime in, but I was told that the creek has changed a great deal since the time the
Yeah.
project got bid.
That item was a tonnage item. We had 600 tons in the contract, and from the time we bid it until they did the work, we had a couple of massive storms, and that's an area that severely eroded, and it undercut it more, so when they get in there, it was a so much per ton price, so to build a slope, we actually pulled it back a little bit to lessen the quantity down from what it would have been. They did a nice job. That's why we bid it that way, because there was no way to pin down exactly, because every rainstorm it got a little bit worse. And we had a cushion, it just wasn't enough for the amount of damage that was being done. So,
It does look nice. I can't wait to see it when it's paved in the guardrail. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Need a motion to approve the disbursement of $183,000.78 from the Capital Project Fund to Keys Landro Excavating LLC for parcel payment number 1 of the Chartiers Valley, the Chartiers Park Stream Restoration Project. So,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye. Joe, is there another disbursement other than this?
No, we'll have another one. This is just the first one.
Motion carries. Need a motion to accept the request and grant retirement to Patrolman Chris Menalakis effective January 8th, 2022. So moved.
Second, much regretted, but it's time something to pick up. No?
Just thank Chris for his years of service.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, how many years?
Over 25.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We wish him well. We'll get a chance to see him, right?
Yeah, we'll do a get together on his live show.
Need a motion to authorize the purchase of a 2021 Ford Police Interceptor SUV from Laurel Ford at State CoStar's pricing with emergency equipment upfitting from Team Force at cost not to exceed $46,304.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The motion to authorize the advertisement of the 2022 meeting schedule with biannual reorganization combined with the January monthly meeting of Borough Council on Monday, January 3rd, 2022 at 7 p.m.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I need a motion to authorize the advertisement and release of a request for proposals for auditor services.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Need a motion to authorize a household hazardous waste collection event in partnership with Noble Environmental for Saturday, August 6th, 2022 to be held at the fire station.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I need a motion to award contract to Mackin Engineers and Consultants to complete the 2022 comprehensive plan update project based on the favorable recommendations from the Bridgeville Planning Commission. Note that this project is funded 50% by a municipal assistance grant from the Commonwealth.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Joe, thank you for your work you funded.
Hey, I appreciate your patience. That was
Came together.
That's
Looking
right.
forward to it.
Keep up.
And thank you to the Planning Commission as well, the members of the Planning Commission, all the work that you've done. I'm looking forward to this. A motion to authorize the submission of the Federal Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities, BRIC grant, the FEMA, seeking 75% funding of the McLaughlin Run Flood Control Project, Phase 1A. This application seeks $4,203,285.75 to construct a levee along Carroll Avenue that includes a pumping system, storm sewer improvements, and the replacement of the Commercial Street culverts with a single span culvert bridge. The borough match, if funded, will be $1,401,095.25.
I'll move.
I'll second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Good luck. I need a motion to authorize a real estate tax refund due to a change in assessment for the following. Reliable Savings and Loan Association of Bridgeville Parcel 255-P-226, year 2021, for $4,934.20. Can I add a second here? And for a year, same parcel, same property for year 2020 for $4,934.20.
I'd like to go on record and totally disagree on that value. I guess that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, so I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I need a motion to accept and pay any commission due November 2021 a real estate tax collector report.
I'll move it. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I need a motion to acknowledge receipt of the October 2021 treasurer's report.
I'll move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I need a motion to accept the November 2021 police report. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. December was supposed to be like months, Joe. A lot of work below, man. All right, let's move to committee reports. TJ's not here for administration. I'm going to place that at the end in the event that she does come in. Finance, Joe Bruce.
As you can see, we approved the budget at this meeting that we finalized at our November 16th budget meeting. We did post it for public comment, and everything was run very well. Joe, thank you for all that explanation in the November meeting. It went over very well. Another thing that we voted on was the RFP for the audit services, which it's nice to see that we're going to have that done as well. And last but not least, just as something that for residents, garbage and sewer bills, you can now pay via online on our website if you go there. I know that was something that's been requested, and we were able to get that up and running now. So that is available, and actually Joe tells us that there are some people already using it. The police and the public works CBAs have been officially approved and finalized by both employees, so that will be in effect January 1st as well. That's all I have today.
Thank you, Joe. Parks and Recreation, Joe Colosimo.
Thanks, Bill. As was stated before, the Church Park Springbridge Restoration Project has been completed. They're going to include the placement of the guardrail down there with the paving project coming up this spring. So that would be nice. The Rotary Club Library Story Walk project, that's going on. They're going to be hopefully getting some volunteers to do that work with the help of our Public Works Department, so it's a good thing. The grant for the Chartiers Park Fitness Trail was declined, so Joe's going to try and get that in 2022. We'll go from there. We're up for $250,000. I think we're better off just waiting another year and try and get the grant, because that's sort of a chunk of change. That's all I have.
Thank you. Any questions for Joe? Public Works, Nino.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Curbside leaf collection and brush grinder program and December 10th. Troop banners ever being taken down for the season and give to the Parking Authority for organizing. Christmas decoration went up on Washington Avenue for the Triangle Park. Was a heck of a beautiful job. It looked very well. For the winter blast in December 3rd. We had an employees tree for the event to help set up the cleanup after. The crews with the assistant with Oris contractor repair the west side storm drain pipe at the Borough building. It was extensively clogged, collapsed, and washed it out in a large void outside of the building foundation. I figured someday there was cover for that. Okay, other than that, we have emergency sewer maintenance was performed on Bluff Street on November the 11th. The sewer was clogged with 3 groups, yes. Emergency sewer maintenance performed on Bluff Street on November 11th. The sewer was clogged with, it's a simple one. I have to check. McClellan Run Park Field. Joe, did you mention that? No? Okay. And sediment and debris from the fall storm have been often removed and dumped at the Cecil Township. New backup purchase. Crews at the demo of both Caterpillar and John Deere. We plan also to demo the New Holland. I never heard of that. You're a mechanic, you heard that. Business district maintenance, replace a broken light pole at the corner of Station Street in Washington Avenue. Equipment, also maintenance, and et cetera, et cetera. We are not, this is all maintenance of the equipment and cars and everything else. So far, we have no snow, we saved some salt. That's good. We okay though, it could snow. Oh.
It's Christmas lights are on.
Great, yeah, no, it's a little white, it would matter, it make it nice. Thank you.
Bill? Just want to thank Bridgeville and all the borough workers, Mike, for the leaf pickup. I mean, I think a lot of people take advantage of that, and that's a great service that Bridgeville offers to the community. And a lot of people take it for granted.
I agree with you. A lot of towns, you don't do it.
What's that?
There's a lot of towns.
Yeah, I know I took advantage of it heavily this year.
And they come around more often than just on the days, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because not everybody can Sunday night in their leaves. They're great. If they see a pal, that they come and.
There's a tentative schedule, try to stick to.
Yeah, but
Call it off, we can go back and do other things.
you guys do a great job.
Thank you also to the parking authority for the banner. Another great year of trying to find my brother. It's always a big
Yeah,
task.
they need to go back to when we used to keep
You
track
wouldn't
of
believe
it.
it, but I drove around looking for it many times, and I was sitting at the main corner at the light, and it was one of the ones right at the main corner, and I missed the entire season. I don't know how I did it, but there it
That
was.
stinks.
But thank you, we appreciate that. Any questions for, public safety, Bruce Gallagher?
I don't have any report, President, but I just want to thank everybody for their condolences and the flowers for my mom's passing. Thank you.
Mayor Betty Copeland.
Free parking begins in Bridgeville on December 20th until January 3rd. We also extended condolences to Jess King, our chief of police's wife, in the passing of her mother in Binghamton, New York. Also, congratulations to Councilman Nicole Shaselsky on his engagement.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
And the chief is on vacation as of today, but he wants all of you to know that Buddy the Elf event will be on Sunday, the 19th at 10 a.m. The live event will last 10 minutes or less, after which they will then go to the Dairy Delight and pass out toys as usual to the children of the community. And you'll really be thrilled this year with the addition of Sasquatch. So I hope you all show up for that.
There's some trailers on that one. Any questions for the mayor? All right. Chad is on vacation. Solicitor, Tom McCurry.
Thank you. Yeah, my written report, just a couple small notes on the FEMA, speaking of FEMA matters, I'm happy to report, or at least hopefully report to Joe, actually as of today, that I had indicated we're working with American General to prepare the properties for the closings, and he's actually hopeful that we might well be able to get them all closed, knock on wood, by the end of the month. Perhaps there's a couple stragglers. He's going to take a reverse degree of difficulty, and he plans on, if everything works out, holding court here and arrange them, and he's hopeful we'll be able to get them all wrapped up by the end of the year. We're working with Georgia Tax Service and all that, the legal letters and stuff, so.
I'll make one of those people.
Knock on wood, yeah, we're pushing. I think, in fact, he went in this weekend to try to make that happen. So with that, the Newberry matter was approved and sent to the assessor, and they are doing the reapportionment of the values as we speak. Just real quick on the petition that was filed on the I-79, the toll booth matter, and this week as well. The lead counsel had sought, and we joined in on a motion for injunctive relief that they had filed. I think there was an article in the Post-Gazette you may have seen about the timeline on our project versus the other ones. I beg your pardon, and I believe the representative for T-Type did distribute, I don't know if you got it or not, I can distribute if he hasn't, a timeline on what they believe the review process, et cetera, would be in the event that it is not slowed down by litigation.
Speak up.
I beg your pardon, a little hoarse tonight. And finally, we would ask for a brief executive session following the manager and engineer, and I would like to update the board and get your guidance on a couple of litigation matters, including the TAR stormwater matter, you have your forms.
Please, please,
And that's all I have.
don't let them do it. I'm very hard of hearing. I'm very hard of hearing.
Okay.
Please, don't let them change it.
Change what?
Please keep that land in conservatory. Sorry.
No, that's okay. It's okay.
And it's, I can't hear
Okay,
anything.
good.
Let me rest assured, ma'am.
That land has been like that for 82 years. I've lived there for 82 years.
Ma'am, if I might, you can rest at ease.
Don't change it, please.
Your property is not being impacted by this whatsoever.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Is it gonna be all right?
Yes.
Your property, yes. Yes,
It's all right?
yes.
I
Okay.
feel the best Christmas present I could ever have. It's my land. I've been a landlord. I'm sorry. It's all my animals.
No, ma'am, rest assured, your property is not involved
Please
in,
don't change it.
it will not be
It's
changed.
been 82 years I've lived there. And I know it's been over 100 years that's been conservator. Please keep it that way.
Yes, ma'am, that's your backyard, that's part of your property, and it will remain unchanged.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
They're gonna keep it that way.
Part of it, yes.
Yeah,
Okay, your property will be fine,
yeah,
okay?
yeah. It'd be the best Christmas present I could have.
Okay. How did you get here?
I just haven't had a little bit of problems here and there, but I've been trying to keep the best I can.
Okay.
Did you walk here
Did you walk, you didn't walk here?
tonight?
You didn't walk here, did you?
I'm sorry.
Do you want to ride home?
Yeah,
Okay, let's
Yeah.
go. Let's,
thank you very
Okay.
much. I appreciate you guys helping me. I
it's okay.
Borough
appreciate
engineer.
that so much.
Kevin, right?
Yes, we
I
did
just
submit our
want to keep
report,
that land the way it is,
dated December 8th. We have nothing.
the wooded area.
Any questions for the engineer?
Tell me even Bertha even comes up there and goes up in our little turkey.
Oh,
Our turkey comes up there and sleeps.
Fire chief.
I
Assistant
know.
chief.
I'm sure, I'm.
Apologize, I was late, we were on a call,
I just,
but,
I just wanted so
we
much.
did,
I'm
38
sitting here
calls
because
for
I
the month of
can't
November.
get up, other than
And,
that.
as the mayor said before, 19th, we are doing our
Thank
annual
you
Santa
very
Cruz
much for
downtown.
everything.
So
I
please listen
appreciate
for
your
the fire
guys.
truck sirens, Christmas music going on.
There are
try
the
to
people that want to.
do as quickly as possible, right after the whole event down in Dairy Lake. Also, we have multiple fundraisers going on our Facebook page, so check
I feel
daily.
bad for them, but
Different things pop up, and also we have a slate full of
I
cash.
just got one in the house.
Chance to win a good Christmas
Just
gift
so
of
nice to have a
$10,000.
little bit of wooded area.
Bob, you want to help me?
Yes.
You want to go sit out here a little bit? Tom, you want a glass of water? Let's go sit outside.
You ready? You look good.
Okay.
We're gonna walk toward this one door. You okay? All right.
Thank you. I can go home now.
Well, let,
You gotta wait out here, we get your ride home.
I'll be all right.
how did you get here?
No big deal, I'll start over. I said, we had 38 calls for the month of November. We've also been busy with a lot of fundraising on our Facebook page. Please check on a regular basis. We have a bunch of Christmas things right now. Also, like the mayor said, on the 19th, we will be going around with Santa Claus. Listen for the fire truck sirens. We got Christmas music playing this year. You know, Buddy the Elf's coming in town. That will start right after that whole thing with Buddy the Elf and Sasquatch. As everybody watches, it's going to be a fun event this year. And also, I say we have our Slate Full Cash fundraiser going on. It's a chance to win up at win $10,000 on the day of Christmas. So that'd be a pretty cool Christmas gift if anybody wins.
Where are you selling tickets for that?
I have contacted the firemen, or I don't have them on me right now because I loaded at a fire call.
Okay.
So if you message our Facebook page, you can get them actually through that.
Okay.
Or like I said, if you message the page, somebody can meet you up either wherever. So that's all I have for now.
Thanks, Mike. Anything from the Historical Society?
The president would like to have you all stop and look at the Christmas tree that's decorated with all the White House ornaments from through the years. Tuesdays and Fridays from 10 to 2.
Thank you, Mayor. Library.
Okay. We have the tree festival going on now till the 18th. The flamingos made their appearance again. They migrated back in for the festivities. They're going on to the 18th. There's also raffle baskets there in addition to that. The Love Your Library month of September, the Bridgeville Library received in $9,100. Matching the Jack Bunster Foundation was $2,100. Then they are also giving all the libraries a year-end grant of $5,000 for all the libraries. So that's from the Jack Bunster Foundation. And then next year will be 60 years for the library. We're planning festivities for that. For next year being 60 years for the library. No details of that at this time. Okay.
Thanks, Greg. 60 years.
Seems like yesterday.
We're all getting old, huh?
Yeah. Parking Authority. You guys have anything for us? Nope. Any questions for Parking Authority?
It's nice to see your faces.
Planning Commission. Mike?
Last meeting, we were talking about things we want to work on for next year. Obviously, we did a lot, had a lot on our plate this year with a comprehensive plan, and thank you for moving that forward, and really happy about the grant we got. So, we're looking forward to seeing some new faces on the Planning Commission and getting ready to look at some new other projects to work on for next year.
It's been a busy year, man. You guys have been really, really busy. Good collaboration. Appreciate it, and looking forward to next year. Borough Manager.
Thank you. A couple quick things. The first one is I would be remiss to not thank Councilwoman Schneider. She chaired the administration committee, and my office has a lot of interaction with her and her committee, and I wanted to thank her for everything she did for myself and the staff. With that, a couple quick updates on the flood grant. The first flood acquisition grant, the FEMA project, that's going on in Baldwin Margaret Street properties. This week, the Italian Club officially withdrew, so the club building won't be participating. That leaves 7 houses that are going to be acquired, as the solicitor stated, within the next month or so, and probably be condemned by demolished by springtime. So coming in spring, early summer, there's lots of green space. We'll see ahead. With that on the agenda was the other FEMA grant that we're submitting to do Phase 1A of the flood control project. We've already had a conference call with FEMA with additional questions and some technical input they wanted from us on our application. So our application is being scrutinized. We've talked to the Lieutenant Governor's office, Senator Casey's office, our local state senator. We're trying to get everyone we can to the table to make this get traction. We realize that this is the start of us really trying to solicit funds for this project, but the amount of funding that the federal government put into what's called the BRIC grants this year is unlike any other. So we're taking it very serious and do what we can to get, hopefully, this thing awarded. And if not, all the groundwork's laid, that we'll just keep funding, applying for any funding sources that come up. But this is a very good program that pays for 75% of it. So we'll know. We've got to get our responses back to FEMA by Christmas. So that's moving ahead very seriously.
Is that a positive response that they're asking questions?
I take it, in my experience, it's always, if they're asking questions, there's interest. If there wasn't, you don't hear. So that's a good thing. And a Saturday call from a woman at FEMA, it got my interest. So that's what I had.
Most of them have been here post-event. So it's an opportunity for them to step up and do some things proactive.
It's a very good project. It makes it nice because it has community planning commission, public meetings. So they've got a good foundation. So we'll see where it goes, but at least they didn't just kick it out. They wanted more information. And John, the engineer, and I were able to get that turned around very quickly. With that, we talked about the comprehensive plan. We were able to get grant funding to fund that. And we've been talking about this project for a while, and I think maybe the citizens would understand why we've been delaying it, aside from the thorough vetting, was that we applied for this grant funding to pay for half of the project. So it's $37,500, and we received notice last week that was funded. So I appreciate everyone's patience, because if you're probably wondering why aren't they doing anything, we were waiting for this grant to be considered. And then lastly, the active transportation plan is moving ahead. We have our second public meeting scheduled for Tuesday, February 8th at the Fire Hall at 6 o'clock. There's flyers on the front counter there. On our website, we created an active transportation plan page that has updates on the plan. So all the feedback we received from the Google map and at the meeting are all basically mapped. And so basically the public can come there and see, hey, what was everyone's opinions? So that's all on there. And this page will be updated so that when we have the draft plan, it can be all presented. So it will be a living, breathing page. If there's any questions, my written report was submitted, and we'd be more than happy to answer that. And Merry Christmas, and thank you for everything.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate what you do. Any questions for Joe? All right, under new business?
You got something? My twin sister Nicole and I would like to thank everybody who participated in our month-long birthday celebration. Essentially, we would put canned food boxes all over the community in several major locations, including our police department, fire department, major restaurants, other small businesses, and today we picked everything up and we were able to, for the Bridgeville Area Food Bank, gather over $800 in cash, as well as what I would say is probably our largest haul of canned and non-perishable foods in our 5 years of doing this project. So I want to thank everybody for their participation and wish you all happy holidays. Thank you.
Thank you. I wanted to take a moment to recognize the contributions that B.J. Schneider has made to the borough during her 4-year term on council. B.J. brought an inquisitive nature and a desire of accountability that has allowed us to achieve much success in these past 4 years. Her commitment to her constituents and her collaboration with her peers have been inspiring. And I hope that B.J. continues to contribute to the community in many different ways in the coming months and years. So she will be missed. With that, we wish you all a Merry Christmas. Bob, you got something?
I just have one more comment today, not to delay this. If the reason for those drawings is if you can't prevent PennDOT from building toll booths at the Bridgeville exit or moving them between the Carnegie exit on 79 and the Parkway West, it's obvious that people are going to detour around the toll booths in both directions and overwhelm the Bridgeville road network system. The importance of having that maximum capacity street widenings and improvement through the community is if you have to go to court, the courts are very likely to have PennDOT and Allegheny County build a road structure through the community in every direction to handle the volume from the detouring toll booth people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, we'll wish you all Merry Christmas. We are breaking for an executive session before we adjourn. We have no intentions of taking action, right? So you free to leave if you'd like, or you can stick around until we come out of executive session. We'll move to executive session now. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we can legally adjourn, so I'll take a motion.
Thank you, folks, pardon.
Yeah, we can legally adjourn since we won't be taking any action. So I'll take a motion to adjourn. Second. Joe, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.
Says-